Good morning, this is your new temix 25. It is built as a DIY plug and play system with the gun already attached, gas regulator already attached, all the syrup connections attached and ready to go, and the water filter attached and ready to go. So to set this up, this box gets placed under your bench wherever you want it stored and set up. Then you have to remove this lid. It will be held on by one Phillips head screw. Then inside you have your refrigeration coils, which are the copper ones on the outside, and your drink coils, which are the stainless steel coils in the middle. You need to fill this up with water to just above the copper coils. If you fill it up too much, you'll have water come out the overflow, which isn't so much of a problem. So just fill it up to the top of the copper coils. Once you've got that done, you need to attach the water to the water filter. In the box of goodies, there is a 1/2 inch female fitting, which will go onto your standard 1/2 inch tap, which is what most kitchens use. For things like dishwashers, sinks, etc, etc. Make sure it's connected to a cold water supply. We have had people attach it to hot water supplies in the past. Unfortunately, it melts the ice bank in these things pretty fast, and then you end up with flat post mix. So definitely cold water. So once that's attached, simply run the 10mm pipe from that fitting to the fitting on the water filter. There's push-in fittings, so no clamps or anything required. Just cut the line to size and push it in. Next is the power supply, which is just a standard 10 amp power supply into a power plug. Next, attach the gas regulator to the gas bottle. Simply it winds in and hand tightens. Don't use any tools, don't tighten it up too much, just nice and tight. Now, once that's on, you can turn the gas bottle on at the gas bottle. The gas regulators themselves have shut-off switches, which are both turned off. Once the gas bottle's turned on, the gauges should come up. Make sure the gauges come up to where they're marked on the gauges. The needle comes up to where it's marked. They are preset, but stuff can move during transit. So the syrup one has to go up to 40 psi, which is the red numbers, and the carbonator one has to go up to 80. This one here just indicates how much is in the bottle. Green is a full bottle of CO2, so don't expect the gauge to come all around here. If you're setting up a beer system and using these on a high pressure gas like nitrogen, you'll get more pressure out of it, but just straight CO2 only comes up to the top of the green. Once that's done and set up, don't turn these on, the shut-off valves on, until you're ready for, well, everything else is ready and you're ready to commission. If you've got all those turned on, the water plugged in, and everything, turn your water supply on, turn your gas supply on, then turn your power for the machine on. Once that's done, there's a little green switch on the front here, which is your power button. Turn that on. Once that's done, this machine will turn on and start to refrigerate. This machine needs about 2 hours to get down to temperature and get everything cold. So the sooner you turn that on, the better. And that's now refrigerating down. The internal tank is actually full of soda water, which will probably go flat. So once that's turned on, pump around 2 to 3 litres of soda water through. Just hold the soda water button down. That'll get all the old stuff out. It'll make new stuff. And you still need to wait a couple of hours for it to cool down. After it's cooled down, do that again, pump about 2 litres out, it'll flush the system out, and make new stuff. Now, this machine also sucks the cold water from the tank, runs it through these 2 top ones here, sends it down the Python to the gun, then terminates, sends it back and dumps it back into the tank. What that does is that cools down this small Python run here and keeps everything nice and cold. Without that, everything between the tank and the gun goes flat fast. We've made this a little longer than the 600 you said, because we weren't sure if it's going on the left side or the right side or how it's going, but this can be bent to wherever you need it. Now, for the gun, in here you'll find this thing here. This is a mounting block, has the screws and everything in the case. Puts together, and that's what the gun, this screws to the bottom of the bench, and then the gun itself attaches to that. Also in here you'll see a standard Wunderbar gun holder. If you don't like that one, we can sell you this is the one that comes with the gun, but we can sell you a variety of other ones. That's a drip hose that attaches to the bottom of that. We also have a Brixing cup and syrup separator. Don't throw them out, put them somewhere safe. That's worth about $120. And we recommend doing that every 6 months. We'll also recommend doing it once to double check once you have the machine set up. It has been done and set up, but once again, things can move in transit. The only other thing to take care of is the syrups themselves. You got 6 syrups, they all need to be plugged in. Now, when you turn this machine on to make the soda water, you need to turn the carbonator one on. Don't turn the syrup one on. When you turn the syrup one on, the syrup pumps will try and suck syrup through these lines. If you haven't already hooked the boxes up, then don't turn this one on. What the flavours are all written on the lines. So hook the lines up to the boxes and then switch the syrup one on. That's pretty much all it's done. Once you've got the machine in place and full of water, the water, gas and power hooked up, your box is attached, your gun attached to the bottom of your bench or wherever it's going, your gun holder installed, that's it. It needs about 2 hours to cool down. After that happens, run a couple of litres of soda water through it, then you're pretty much ready to go. Nice and easy setup.